Hey guys, here's the half kneeling hip flexor stretch. I'll show it to you, then I'll coach you through it. Okay, the half kneeling hip flexor stretch is a complicated stretch because you got to really go internally and think about what you're feeling and where your bones are in space. But the basic setup is that we're in a lunge position. Now, if you have tight hips, then I suggest you elevate your back knee up on a block or 2 or 3. What this prevents is, if this is up on a block, then I have more space in this hip here, which means I don't have to jet that hip out to create that space. If I'm down here, then this gets a little bit tighter, and for some people that's going to create rotation to push that hip out. If you have trouble knowing if you have tight hips, just assume that you do have tight hips. So we have block under the back knee. All right. We want to make sure that my back foot is directly behind the back knee and that the heel's straight up to the sky. This directly in front of my left hip. I don't want to be out here. And then I'm going to try to pull in and get into my long spine position. All right, this is going to arrange the spine and pelvis and ribs neatly and stacked right on top of one another. As I enter that long spine and keep pulling in and sending the top of my head to the ceiling, I should be able to get a stretch right up through here in the hip flexor. If I have trouble feeling that stretch, after I've gotten into this long spine position and I still can't feel that stretch, I am going to add a glide forward. So here I get into my long spine, then I'm going to glide this knee and this hip forward, and voila, I get the stretch through there. Maintain that long spine as you do that. Don't hunch over. Keep going up towards the ceiling. This takes a lot of internal focus to really target this spot. Play around with it. A good way to go about it is get into this general position. See if you can feel something here, and then do it in front of a mirror and wiggle around just slowly and see how the different position changes the location of the stretch slightly. And that's how you will be able to target very specific spots in your hip flexor to open them up. Make sure you do both sides. Hold for the prescribed amount of time. Breathe and relax. That is the half kneeling hip flexor stretch.